short, backing from left to right. Paul Allen, number 11 for Tottenham. And an early touch for Torsvet. The £400,000 signing from Gothenburg, an experienced keeper who really is doing well after his initial upsets. An enormous kick, Gillespie under it. Now Whelan. Staunton for Liverpool. Barnes. Tottenham realising straight away that when Barnes gets possession, you have to close him down quickly. 2 goals in his last 2 games. Beardsley. And Allen takes over for Spurs. Won back by Liverpool. Out. And Waddle regains possession. It's a throw to Tottenham. Terry Fenwick, who scored the late equaliser when Spurs drew 1-1 at Anfield in September. Fenwick again. Over the head of Stewart. We've been talking about goalkeepers, and as you've heard, I'm joined by one today, the man who spent 14 marvellous years at Anfield and 8 seasons at Spurs, Ray Clements. Ray, looking forward to this.
Yes, it's a great day, fabulous atmosphere, conditions ideal. Obviously Spurs have turned around there because they've got quite a stiff breeze behind him. I think that's obviously we saw from Eric's kick earlier on there. He's getting great distance from his kicking. But at the moment it's obviously taking time to settle down. It's going to be a bit hectic for these first few minutes. Everybody trying to earn the right to play.
Waddle for Spurs, brought down by McMahon. Free kick. Number 5 here, Naheem, and 11, Steve McMahon for Liverpool. Fenwick will take the kick. Guy Butters, the central defender, has gone forward. Big lad. And good in the air. And he was the target. Well won by Nicol. Beardsley. Houghton intercepted. It's a Liverpool throw. Houghton. Houghton back to Torsvet. And he's going to launch another enormous kick. Well won this time by Stewart. And I would think with defenders looking into the sun and the height of those kicks from Torsvet, Stewart and the other Tottenham players have got an advantage here early on. Houghton's header. Beardsley. Nicol. Spotted Aldridge. Mabbott did as well. So quick to move into the position of danger. And here's Waddle. Become a real favourite with the Tottenham fans. And has gone onto that return ball. But even he couldn't reach it. Chris Waddle will be a key figure in this game. Fenwick for Spurs. Allen. Houghton on the left. Howells. Waddle. Given away uncharacteristically for him. And you can't afford to do that too often against Liverpool. It's difficult enough to win the ball in the first place. Lovely, intricate football by the champions. Nicol. Beardsley's flick. Mabbott gets it away, and it's a good clearance as well. It's just headed into the wrong place by the Spurs man, Stewart. So Liverpool back in possession. Well, Barnes and McMahon left it to each other then. Now Naheem. Fenwick. And Spurs also love to play good football. Allen. Naheem. Took a little bit of time to make up his mind then, and although he has played well, the last half a dozen games, I doubt that he will have been used to the pace that this game's likely to be played at.
I think Naeem is so pleased to be playing here today because he's due up for suspension, actually. And this is one of his last games before he starts the suspension, so he's so pleased that he can play in this game. I think it's one of his dreams, having come here to play against Liverpool.
Aldridge's header, Waddle on to the end of it. Barnes, Beardsley. Well won by Butters and by Ablett at the other end. And the ball fizzing around at enormous speed here. Really needs somebody to try and settle it down. Nickel for Liverpool. Butters clearance, but straight to Houghton. Houghton going all the way here, and a fine effort. The Spurs defenders backing off and allowing Ray Houghton to go on and make the shot, but didn't really trouble Torsved in the end.
That's one of the problems we have at Tottenham at the moment, is with Chrissy Waddle and Paul Allen in the centre of midfield. Obviously, Chrissy Waddle is great going forward, and Paul Allen can defend adequately as well. But if Paul actually gets pulled forward as well, sometimes we're a little bit vulnerable through the centre, as Houghton proved there.
Well, thanks, Ray. We'll look out for that. Walsh for Tottenham. Fennick spotted the run, and Stewart tried to force the corner off Gillespie, but wasn't successful. As we've been saying, both sides really come into this match in fine form, and there's the statistics that underline those facts, with Tottenham 7 without defeat, Liverpool 12 without defeat. Barnes climbed brilliantly. Aldridge. Barnes again. And Aldridge. Headed clear by Butters. McMahon. And the first time that we've really seen the youngster David Howells involved, it was his tackle that gave Liverpool this throw. Barnes. It's another Liverpool throw, although the crowd on that side felt it should have gone Tottenham's way. Linesman perfectly positioned, though. Really is quite a warm afternoon here at White Hart Lane. Nickel. Beardsley. Onside, Barnes and Aldridge in the middle. McMahon arriving. Pull back, as it happened, straight to Naeem. But Nickel for Liverpool again. Now this time Houghton is offside. Naeem's interception, to give him his full name, he's Mohamed Ali Amar. He was born in Ceuta, Spanish territory in Morocco, and has represented him honours for Spain, and he's here on loan, at least until the end of this season, from Barcelona. With Torsved, the Norwegian, there's a real international flavour about the Spurs dressing room. Always has been, of course, with Ardiles and Beer and Klassen over the years. A real international football club, this. Nickel for Liverpool. Nabbit underneath. Waddle, good ball. Well, a fine challenge there by McMahon. Waddle again. And a good challenge, and in the middle here is Naeem, well placed, but the ball to him was never really good enough.
It's good to see David Howells getting involved nice and early, because he's a player that if he starts very well, then his confidence gets higher and higher, and he's a player that can get forward, and he's got a very good shot in his right foot, and if he gets into shooting positions, he can cause anybody problems.
It's David Howells wearing number 8 for Spurs today, in place of Paul Gascoigne. Nabbit. Ablett beaten by Stewart, but Staunton was strong when he needed to be. 10 minutes gone, no goals here at White Hart Lane. Spurs against Liverpool. Whelan for Liverpool. That's a Tottenham throw. Kenny Dalglish on his feet as usual, urging, cajoling. Stewart on the run. Ablett across to cover. Plenty in the middle. Walsh is one of them in a good position here, but he pulled it back too far. Well, Naheem battling with Barnes for possession. The Liverpool man wins. Not a good kick by Grobbelaar, straight to Waddle. Howells onto Houghton. And again, Spurs give it away. Gillespie. Whelan takes over. First time ball hit for Aldridge into the space behind the defenders. Another towering kick from Torsvet, but Nicol watched it all the way. Aldridge, Houghton, Beardsley, McMahon, and Barnes, sweeping stuff from Liverpool. Staunton on the overlap on his left. Surely he was having his shirt tugged by Naheem. That was the decision by Roger Milford. And quickly taken. Whelan for Liverpool. This is Gillespie, number 6. Aldridge, Houghton. And Houghton, the covering player. Howells finding himself space on the Spurs left. Waddle. Nicol missed it, and Walsh, unfortunate that he was so tight to the touchline. Aldridge. Did well, Aldridge. Perhaps was fouled, but he won the ball back anyway. Now Staunton. Barnes. Beardsley, good 1-2. Barnes again. Well watched by Fenwick. Beardsley on the edge of the box. A superb turn by Beardsley. But what a good challenge from Mabbott. But that was Beardsley at his best. Receiving the ball, turning quickly. Mabbott watched him all the way, and it was a fine challenge. Well done, Gary Mabbott. Liverpool corner, though. Into the middle and straight to Torsvet. Or as you could probably hear, has certainly learned how to shout keeper in very impressive English.
I think he'll be pleased to get that hold of that as well. Nice easy catch for him. Nice, not too long into the game, so it's especially after the last televised game, I think he's pleased to do something like that.
Howells for Spurs. Walsh. Allen wanted it played to the edge of the box, but he didn't see him. Waddle scooping it, a difficult one for Grobbelaar, especially with that challenge. Always a smile on his face, always an entertainer.
Those are balls that goalkeepers hate. They're hanging in the air for so long, you seem to be waiting for an eternity, and you know that you're going to get hit when you go up for it. And Paul Stewart does love a strong challenge in the air.
Well, in the days of Nat Lofthouse, when Clem was allowed, I suppose they would have got away with that. Naheem's header. Gillespie. Ablett under pressure from Walsh.
I think at the moment there's obviously not many flowing moves being put together. Liverpool are trying, but Tottenham are doing very well in pushing up towards the halfway line and not giving them the space to play.
Well, a big space appeared then for Beardsley, but he was in an offside position when the ball was played.
I'm sure that's what Ronnie Moran and Kenny will be shouting to Liverpool to do, is to try and put some balls over the back four of Tottenham and try and get them turned and try and stretch the game out a little bit, so all of a sudden Liverpool's midfield will have more room to play.
These kicks causing a real problem to Liverpool. Look at that, it bounced just once into Grobbelaar's arms. And he's got a kick against it, of course. But it's not a bad distance he got. Beardsley flicks it on. Aldridge was there, so was Butters. Fennick. Mann. Well, the challenge from Houghton was enough to win it back for Spurs. And then Butters gives it away. McMahon. Gillespie, turned away from Stewart, but Stewart wins it back with a good challenge. But as ever, Liverpool have men hunting in packs when danger threatens. Here's McMahon. Great ball, Beardsley. 3 players in the middle for him here. And he pulls it back into the space, but the wrong space for Liverpool. Fennick got it away, Staunton with the shot. At both ends now, we've seen the ball cut back from the left, but in each instance cut back perhaps into the wrong space.
Well, Fennick did so well there because he obviously had Houghton on one side and he had Barnes at the back of him, and a misplaced clearance there would have been real trouble.
Paul Stewart, competitive, and will be a real handful for those 2 central defenders for Liverpool. Nichols' clearance. Houghton. Naheem. Houghton's challenge, but he's done well. Well, the referee got plenty of help then from the crowd. Handball was the shout, and handball it was. Alan Harris and Terry Venables, the managerial duo. Anxious to see what Waddle can produce from this kick. Nichols' header away. Barnes. Butters wins it back, but only to McMahon. On to Aldridge, but too far. Houghton. Barnes underneath that clearance from Torsfet. Beardsley, lovely little back heel up for Whelan. 2 Liverpool players to Whelan's left. Staunton number 3. First time ball, but Torsfet very safe. Gillespie, and Walsh felt that he'd been fouled by the Liverpool man, but play goes on. Staunton. Spotted the run by Beardsley. Mavett, brilliant. Fennick. Waddle. Houghton comes into it on the Tottenham left. Walsh. Nickel right behind him. Houghton again. And Liverpool just wait for teams to commit mistakes. Chris Nickel. Steve Nickel, rather. Houghton. Beardsley. Barnes is with him. Again, Mavett doing so well. Now Staunton. Barnes. Whelan. Well, again, the Liverpool pattern looked good, but the final ball wasn't. Now Waddle for Spurs. And again, look for Walsh. This is Ablett for Liverpool. Barnes. McMahon. And Beardsley and McMahon link again. Crowd urging him to have a shot here, the Liverpool fans anyway. It hit Butters. Steve McMahon scored 3 goals in his last 4 games, really back to form. Barnes. Tottenham 0, Liverpool 0 still here. A game intriguingly balanced yet. As Houghton clears, rather fortunately, straight to Allen. Whelan wins it back. Now Beardsley. Slipped inside and offside. It wouldn't have counted anyway. Houghton was offside. The linesman reacted instantly. Good quick football by Liverpool though, Ray Clements.
Yeah, it's just a little bit worrying this last 5 minutes. Tottenham have started to back off a little bit, the back four dropping off. Great ball through there, and linesman very quick to see it, but also Big Eric had a heck of a save there as well.
Ablett's header. Fenwick. Gillespie gets it away. Waddle. And the shout from Bruce Grobbelaar to Stevie Nicol to let the ball run through. Whelan. Ooh. Well, it wasn't really deliberate by Waddle. He saw that Whelan had just let the ball run ahead of him when he trapped it and came in to try and win it. It was a foul, but not malicious. Long ball by Ablett for Beardsley. Ablett climbs so athletically. Ablett again. And has to turn back. Staunton. Give it away to Fenwick. Who was fouled. Walsh. Brilliant. Naheem. Naheem finding Walsh, and that's a good-looking ball. Grobbelaar comes for it. Oh, he caught it. Was he fouled? Yes, the free kick's been given. He caught it at the second stretch as he was challenged by Stewart. And the referee, as often happens these days, gave the benefit of the doubt to the goalkeeper. Let's look at it again here, Ray.
Yes, it looked at first that it was a fair challenge. I think, to be fair, it was a fair challenge. Bruce was very quick to be down on it anyway.
I think there's a feeling these days that, no doubt Clem wouldn't agree, that goalkeepers tend to be overprotected by referees. I referred earlier to the days of Nat Lofthouse when it used to be fair game to give them a little challenge, shall we say. More of that later. Another great kick by Torsbeck. Stewart under it. Naheem. Stewart again. Walsh is there with him. Still Stewart. And out of the scramble comes Ray Houghton with the ball.
Liverpool as ever, you seem that you've got half a chance and all of a sudden 4 or 5 players appear from nothing and from nowhere to block up what seemed to be a small gap there.
Stewart, McMahon, now Nicol for Liverpool. McMahon again, first time for Beardsley. Just tries to let it run across Mabbott, but Mabbott's having a very sound game. Now Fenwick, over Walsh's head. Here's Whelan. Gillespie will slow it down. Nicol on the right. Aldridge made another good run to get away from Butters, but the defender absolutely shirred tight to him then. And Terry Venables, who incidentally in 10 matches has never managed a winning team against Liverpool, the Crystal Palace, Queen's Park Rangers and Tottenham. Not an enviable record. Venables out on his feet, shouting advice that Liverpool concede the throw. Naheem, straight to Ablett. Nickel. The sun goes in momentarily, a blessed relief for those of us up here on the gantry. The sun's shining right in our eyes. McMahon, and no doubt Bruce Grobbelaar and the Liverpool defenders will be glad to see it behind the clouds as well. Nickel forward. Over Beardsley's head, though. Beaten by Stewart, but he won it back at the second attempt and did well to find Barnes. 3 Liverpool men against 4 Tottenham defenders here. Barnes curls it in looking for Aldridge, Butters with the interception, and Fenwick cleaning up. .26 minutes gone at White Hart Lane, still Spurs 0, Liverpool 0. Lots of goals to come in the half-time sequence when we see yesterday's Barclays League action, of course. I'm quite sure that this game will produce 1 or 2 as well. Really, like so many modern matches, the first 20 minutes or so, teams really just testing each other out. It's a game of patience, it's a game of high-speed chess, nobody wanting to make mistakes. Tottenham in possession. Naheem. Staunton wins it ahead of Stewart. Now Barnes. Lovely little touch. Inch perfect. And that was too. Staunton back to Barnes. Danger for Tottenham here. Barnes goes alone. And perhaps that was the wrong decision because he had support on both sides from Beardsley and Aldridge. But we've seen him score some classic solo goals from runs like that. Spurs certainly no apprehension about facing Liverpool here today. They've beaten both Norwich and Millwall at White Hart Lane this season. 2 of the leading sides as Torslet just spots the ball up correctly for the goal kick. Gillespie won that well. Out in with Houghton. And it's a Tottenham throw. Liverpool, incidentally, haven't lost since their 3-1 defeat at Manchester United on New Year's Day. And like several of the leading sides this season, their away record is superior to their home record. They've actually won 7 away, 6 at Anfield, and scored more goals on opponents' grounds as well. Gillespie for Liverpool. Butters winning it. Whelan finding Barnes. Oh yes, lovely skill by Barnes. But again, a good challenge. And this 19-year-old really belies his age and inexperience, Guy Butters.
He's made such a difference to Tottenham's defence this year. He's come in, he was given the chance, and he's showed so much maturity, and he's given us this strength in the air which maybe we didn't have before. As we've seen there, he's got a calmness about him which you wouldn't expect in a 19-year-old, and he's made a big difference to us defensively this year. He's playing very, very well. Him and Mabbott, in this particular moment of time, have played exceptionally well.
Tottenham win a free kick and have taken it quickly. Here's Stewart. Ran straight into McMahon. Now Barnes, a quick Liverpool break on here, perhaps, as Beardsley peels away to the left. And this is Beardsley. Whoops. Well, Tottenham made rather heavy weather of that, as it happens. Butters going for a ball that probably the goalkeeper would have got. But you can't say probably when Liverpool are around. Staunton. Good clearance, Stewart. Waddle. Ablett under pressure from Stewart here. And Stewart is strong and very competitive, and Grobbelaar's come a long way and had to win that. We'll keep hold of the ball just in case Tottenham think of a quick throw. But Stewart, a real handful. Waddle, Naheem. Not a bad cross either. Liverpool hesitated for a moment, and the header just over.
Yes, Paul Stewart might just be a little bit disappointed with that. He got a clean header at it, didn't quite direct it down enough, but what it showed is Naheem is a very, very good crosser of the ball, curls the ball away from goalkeepers, giving Bruce no chance to come for that. You can see it coming in here, it curls away from Bruce, he thinks about coming, Stewart's up, gets a clear header and doesn't quite get over the top of it.
The other end, Houghton there, and almost a misunderstanding between goalkeeper and fullback. "15 minutes to half-time, still 0-0 here at White Hart Lane in this vital First Division fixture. Spurs in the white, if you've just joined us. Liverpool all in red. Stewart. Knowles. Naheem. McMahon won it back. And there was a shout for handball, but the referee didn't think it was. Staunton. Somebody, I think, had a word. Looks like it could have been Paul Walsh here, because in the middle, the referee has stopped play to speak to Paul Walsh, who obviously spoke out of order when he felt that Tottenham should have had a free kick then. The man who spent 3.5 seasons at Anfield as a Liverpool player before Spurs sold him a year ago for £500,000 is shown the yellow card. Liverpool's free kick then. Barnes timing well, Butters away. McMahon. Now the linesman has flagged for offside against Beardsley in the centre. Houghton. Aldridge chasing, Butters the Tottenham number 2. Houghton. Turned on to McMahon, and the competitive nature of Naheem seemed to good effect there in midfield. Fennick with a long ball, and although Stewart got there first, it's Liverpool's throw. Beardsley, Mabbott right behind him, but he finds Houghton. Foul. Liverpool wanting the free kick taken quickly, and Barnes was actually offside. The ball was moving, so they get a second chance. Gillespie. Well, he just showed the ball dangerously then, but Whelan was the covering player for Liverpool, and Howell's doing well. Ablett. Aldridge the target here, and he wins it. Scrapping away, breaks to McMahon. Houghton was in there. Now nickel for Liverpool. And Liverpool give it away. Waddle, a glorious ball. Shades of Hoddle, never mind Waddle with that one. Stewart. Naheem in a good position in the middle. Walsh is there with a header. Splendid effort, the best so far. And that all began as Venables was brought to his feet with the crowd with a glorious sweeping ball from one wing to the other by Chris Waddle. Great stuff from Tottenham. The best move of the game, unquestionably. Barnes for Liverpool, though. Waddle again. Now McMahon, and Liverpool just take the sting out of Tottenham again. And the crowd still buzzing, that near miss by Walsh.
This is what Liverpool are so good at, isn't it? They've just been under a little shade of pressure there. Chance for Tottenham, and now they're not panicking, they're just holding play up, giving themselves a little breather, and then start to try and forage forward again. They'll never change, they never panic, even though they need to win here desperately today, but they're not panicking, they're just continuing to play as slowly and as simply as they can, and hoping the chance will come at some stage in the 90 minutes.
As Naeem finds Allen, good run here by Allen, Walsh in support, and on the right it's Stewart. A lot of Tottenham men forward here. Stewart doing well in the end, and Gillespie gets it clear. Barnes under pressure from Fenwick now. And finally, Barnes plays Liverpool out of danger. Whelan, but a good period this for the home team as Whelan gives it away to Howells. Then he gives it away to McMahon. Houghton, and again Liverpool just calm it down. Keep possession, frustrate home supporters and players alike. But Spurs really looked lively in that 5 minutes. Foul on Barnes by Fenwick. Liverpool's free kick. Taken quickly, Barnes. He's done well. Oh, and the offside flag goes up again as Aldridge came in at the far post. But that was good goalkeeping by Torsvett, and he deserves the crowd's applause. But Aldridge would have been adjudged offside even if he'd made contact here, as Barnes curled that ball wickedly left-footed to the far post. Stewart at the other end for Spurs. Ablett. Staunton gives it away. Naeem. A foul, perhaps. The referee had a long look at it. Ablett's challenge. The Tottenham players are furious, and I must say my first reaction was that should have been a penalty. Liverpool get on with it, not surprisingly. Naeem is still lying in the penalty area, injured. The crowd furious. But here's Barnes for Liverpool. Beardsley flicks it on. Houghton at the other end, and again offside the decision. Well, we have the first real controversial talking point. Naeem lying injured from the challenge, which he and the whole of the Tottenham faithful felt should have led to a penalty. Ray Clements, your view?
Well, certainly I think he made contact there with Naeem, and I would have said it was a penalty. I mean, I know you've been a Liverpool supporter, I would say that wasn't, but I've got to be honest and say I thought that was a penalty.
Well, I'm totally unbiased, and I did say a moment ago I thought that was a penalty, and certainly Roger Milford, one of our best and most experienced referees, was well placed, had a long look, but waved away the Liverpool, or rather the Tottenham protests.
The encouraging thing for Tottenham fans at the moment is that Tottenham are putting so much pressure on Liverpool that they're actually making uncharacteristic mistakes, holding on to it a little bit too long, and the white shirts are getting amongst them. That's how that opportunity came, just by harrying Liverpool style, if you like. So that's encouraging.
So at the end of all that, Tottenham back in possession with a goal kick, and a good one again. Walsh. He's done well here, Walsh, and he tried to chip Grobbelaar, who read it all the way. Now Houghton. Straight at Butters, though. Tottenham buzzing now, enjoying this spell. Allen. Given away, though, and a foul by Beardsley on Waddle. Spurs, though, showing all their newfound confidence here. They've had 3 successive away games before today. Drew at Derby and Coventry, and then, of course, ended Nottingham Forest's long unbeaten run. So they come here really full of themselves and wanting possession, and you can see that. Everybody wants the ball. The ball bouncing awkwardly. Walsh, good little turn. McMahon was there, and that was brilliant by McMahon. Nickel. Nickel just fooling Walsh. Gillespie. Ablett. Barnes is there, but could only play the ball out for a Tottenham throw. Allen. Barnes' challenge, a good one. Now Whelan for Liverpool. Barnes, Beardsley to his left. Barnes comes inside instead and then gives it away. Butters. He wants help here, but he found Walsh and goes for the return. McMahon read it brilliantly. Well, Bob Paisley, the former Liverpool manager, once said that when Stevie McMahon plays well, Liverpool play well, and you have to say he's been outstanding so far today. Steve McMahon, number 11. Kenny Dalglish's first major signing, as you can see. Here's Waddle over top. And a fool Whelan, and did so, and it's a splendid ball as well. And two Tottenham men in the middle here. Allen is one of them, and the ball cleared. Tottenham win their first corner. There's another dangerous break, again down the left. And Liverpool happy to concede that kick. Butters and Howells and Stewart all in the penalty area. Mabbott on the edge of the box as well. Barnes was the first to meet it, and that's another corner. Short this time. Nicol intercepts. Beardsley. Houghton is racing forward with him. Houghton quick to see the danger. Whelan. And now Ablett. Barnes helps him out, and a big gap opens in front of him. Whelan. Good effort. Torsvet ideally placed. We saw that great Whelan chip at Coventry. This time he shows the power of his shooting. Stewart. Naheem, a bit ambitious. And with 3 minutes, a little less to half-time, Naheem still involved in the big talking point of the half, as we still have a goalless game so far. You joined us late, by the way, and didn't see that big talking point. Naheem went down in the Liverpool penalty area under a challenge from Gary Ablett, and with the crowd certainly and the Tottenham players shouting penalty, referee Roger Milford waved play on. Otherwise, it's been a tight match with very little to show between these two sides. Waddle. Spurs perhaps just having the better of the half. Here's Gillespie. Nicol keeps it in. Allen. And this time Nicol concedes the throw. In towards Stewart. Gillespie with him. Whelan gets it clear. Only Aldridge up front at the moment for Liverpool. That shows how much Tottenham are pressing. Naheem does well. But again, his shot was well off target. Still, I suppose it's good to see a player confident enough to try them, Ray.
That's right, yes. He actually spent about 20 minutes yesterday concentrating on his finishing and was doing quite well. But obviously today it's just left him at the moment. But at least he's having the confidence to try and have a shot from that distance. And let's hope it continues throughout the game. And we hope he gets him on target now.
Well, you do. Poor old Ray Clemens can't win today. All those years at Liverpool, all those years at Spurs, whatever he says will be wrong. Ray, incidentally, coaching Eric Torsfed and the other goalkeepers here at Tottenham these days. Another fantastic kick, although Gillespie read it well this time. I would think Liverpool will be happy to change round at half-time because they'll have the wind behind them and the sun will be in Tottenham's eyes. Mabbott. McMahon. Here's Staunton. Barnes. Spurs throw. Nahim. It's a free kick to Tottenham. Barnes rather petulantly throws the ball down, not like him. Waddle will take the kick. Spurs have pushed a lot forward now. 4 or 5 men in the Liverpool box. And it was the head of Whelan, I think, that met it. And that's a corner. So a late corner in this so far goalless first half, as Tottenham have enjoyed their best period of the game in the last 15 minutes. Again, they take the kick short. Waddle, Nahim. And Bruce Grobbelaar just shouted, leave it to Gary Ablett. And that proves to be the final kick of the half. An entertaining game, no goals, a couple of talking points, a poor Walsh near miss, and the talking point, of course, that penalty incident. There's the statistics of the first half, which show Liverpool having most of the shots. So referee Roger Milford, who was well placed incidentally for that Ablett tackle, and unhesitatingly said no penalty, gets the second half underway. Liverpool, all in red, attacking now from left to right. Fenwick winning the ball for Spurs. And finding Walsh, who had a fine effort in the first half, a header just over the Liverpool bar. Now he finds Houghton. Butters. Gillespie's clearance to Whelan, and now Nicol. He looked for Beardsley, but only planted it on the head of Guy Butters. Liverpool, incidentally, have won 3 of their last 4 games here at White Hart Lane. Although before that, they actually went 6 years without a win at Tottenham, which for them is a very unusual record indeed. Spurs have a quite appalling record at Anfield. Nicol forward. Barnes underneath it, and then cleared by Mabbutt, who's been outstanding for me today. Here's Whelan. Gillespie. Into Aldridge. Waddle back to help, and Mabbutt clear. Staunton, the Liverpool number 3. Ablett. Gary Gillespie, who missed 4 months of the season with that serious knee injury. Liverpool so happy to have him back. And here he is again. Ablett. Staunton. A bit lucky to get that ball back off Nahim, who used his arms to try and stop the Liverpool man. As Ray Clements was saying, he's about to serve a suspension, Nahim. So it could do with keeping out of trouble today. Liverpool's free kick. Staunton will take it. Gary Gillespie, the number 6, just moving forward, just out of the picture at the moment. It was aimed at him, certainly, but Waddle got it away. Nahim's header straight to Whelan. This is Staunton for Liverpool. Aldridge turned it on, but straight at Houghton. See how far has Houghton got the ball back to his goalkeeper then, how far Torsvett can kick without the assistance of the wind. It's a good effort. Waddle turns it on. Staunton clear. This is Fenwick for Spurs. Challenged by Aldridge. It's Tottenham's ball. Staunton away. Beardsley just tapped it short, and Allen moved in quickly. Forward by Fenwick, good ball to Stewart. Walsh in the middle in support. Oh, he's so strong, and then he goes down on the edge, and penalty is given this time. Stewart, so strong, crashed through the first challenge. The second one brought him down inside the penalty area. The linesman flagged, and referee Roger Milford instantly agreed. Inside the box. Bartlett's tackle again. Terry Fenwick, who scored a few from the spot already this season, 5 in fact, has missed just one against Bruce Grobbelaar to give Spurs the lead. And he does so. What a start to the second half for Tottenham. Fenwick's penalty, Spurs 1, Liverpool 0. Our camera from inside the goal showing how sweetly that was struck by Terry Fenwick, sending Grobbelaar the wrong way. Fenwick on the score sheet in both games in the league against Liverpool this season then, but now he's really set the cat among the pigeons. That should make this one heck of a game, and here come Liverpool straight away with Whelan. Well, Allen had nowhere to go. Houghton challenged him, and he goes down, and it's another penalty. Astonishing. 2 penalties in the space of a minute. That's one for the record books. Allen's challenge on Houghton, and the referee again perfectly placed to decide. Penalty. So, John Aldridge has the chance immediately to level matters. What a sensational start to the second half this is. No pause for breath, but I'll bring Ray Clements in a moment. John Aldridge has scored 3 times from the spot in his 22 goals for Liverpool this season. None have been as important as this. It's 1 each. Aldridge. Well, we always felt this game would produce goals, but who could have dreamed they would both come from the penalty spot and be less than a minute apart. Spurs 1, Liverpool 1. Aldridge cancels out Fenwick's kick immediately. And the game underway, and they're all level again.
Well, they always say that a team's at its most vulnerable when it's just scored a goal, and that proved the point there. Paul Allen obviously caught in possession there. Obviously well harassed there by all the Liverpool players, but I'm sure that Paul will be a little bit disappointed. He just didn't kick it anywhere to get it out of the danger zone.
And just quickly going back to the Spurs penalty, any dispute, any argument that it was deserved?
No, quite definitely a penalty. Ablett definitely caught Stewart's heel, and you know, Stewart, how long it is.
And here go Liverpool again. Aldridge now. He's gone down, people screaming penalty every time anybody hits the deck now. The free kick has been given, but it's Liverpool's, or Tottenham's rather. Well,
just time to draw breath.
Indeed there is. Amazing. Well, I've watched football a few years, Ray. I can't ever recall seeing penalties given in that kind of quick succession, can you?
No, I've got to be totally honest to say I've never ever seen 2 penalties in the space of a minute like that. No, and obviously there were 2 penalties, no dispute on either side, and that's really opened the game up now. There just seems to be an extra yard in everybody's stride.
Well, I guess this second half is going to be really special. The first half was interesting, I think you can say. This will be absolutely 5-star, I'm sure. Staunton for Liverpool. Still running. Barnes to his left, Beardsley to his right, screaming for the ball. Mavett has not missed a tackle all day and has been, unlike 1 or 2 others, absolutely clean with every challenge. Staunton, Barnes. He nipped in, it's another Liverpool throw. Time for people to calm down and collect their thoughts after this sensational start to the second half. 2 penalties in quick succession, both converted. It's 1 each. Whelan for Liverpool. McMahon. Houghton to his right is Aldridge unmarked. Cleared off the line. Aldridge again. And it's gone in. The linesman is flagging though. It won't count. Liverpool players have only just realised it. But the linesman flagged instantly, and Aldridge's goal cancelled. Well, we're craning desperately to see these pictures with the sun shining on our TV monitors. I hope you've got a clearer view at home. Aldridge is shot clear brilliantly off the line there by Mavett, and as it came back to him, well, obviously he wasn't offside because there was a Tottenham player on the line. Why do you think that was disallowed, Ray Clements?
Well, I honestly can't see any reason for it being disallowed. I mean, Mabbott was on the line, and it was Houghton that was actually in front of him, but, you know, there's just no reason for it to be disallowed, so we're a little bit lucky there.
And on we go. Barnes in possession. Chipped in for Aldridge. It'll bounce for Houghton. And still Houghton, and still. And finally, Spurs get it clear, and it's really buzzing at White Hart Lane now. 1-1. Houghton. Nickel with him. In for Barnes. Good clearance by Naheem. Whelan pulls it back. Actually, just looking back at that disallowed goal, this is most unusual situation, but probably the goalkeeper was actually forward of the player, the Liverpool player, and obviously it's got to be two defenders, Ray, the goalkeeper and one other. Normally, anyway, normally you'd expect the goalkeeper to be behind the attacking player, but on this occasion it wasn't.
No, but I think there was also another defender there as well. So I think that it still was very difficult to understand why it was disallowed, because I feel there was two players in between the shot and the ball going in the net.
Well, if this game ever calms down, we'll see those incidents again. But we've got to stay with this non-stop action. Mabbott. Dispossessed. Waddle wins it back. Well, whatever else effect it's had on this game, those two quick penalties have really seemed to lift the pace of the match. Gillespie for Liverpool. Staunton. Beardsley into space. Mabbott, as ever, first to the ball, but straight to Barnes. Now McMahon. Beardsley. Oh, mistake by Houghton. He got away with it. Not finished yet. Aldridge on to Nickel. Houghton. Driven in towards Barnes on the far post, and that was a bad header. Aldridge is there. And that's a goal kick. We're going to see again the Aldridge effort that was disallowed. Remember, there have to be two defenders between the goal line and the attacking player for him to be onside. Here's Aldridge with the first shot that was brilliantly cleared away by Mabbott. And Mabbott was obviously on the line when Aldridge shot back in. And difficult to see, frankly, from that angle. Mabbott's clearance. Waddle. But I'm pretty certain, Ray, that offside decision was correct.
Yes, I think if we looked at it there, even the difficulty we got on the monitor there was only Mabs there, and everybody else was in front of Houghton there, so technically, yes, he was offside. So thank goodness the linesman put his flag up.
Aldridge pushed out of the way by Beardsley, his own player. There's a new purpose to Liverpool's game in this second half, without question. Whelan. Aldridge on the end of it. Brilliant goalkeeping. Torsfeld had to be quick, brave, and safe with his hands, and he was all those things. Aldridge was poised to score. Barnes just let it run. It was clever, but no Liverpool man could profit. Now Barnes again. Beardsley. Oh, it hit Mabbott's back. Now Howells. Stewart in space. Gillespie. And that's a corner. Well, Stewart might have his critics, and he hasn't got as many goals as he would have liked at Tottenham this season after scoring some 28 at Manchester City last season. But when he's in possession and going towards goal, he's very difficult to dispossess. Oh, everybody stood and waited, and in the end it was McMahon who got the ball away and got a kick for his trouble. Referee has allowed play to go on. Fenwick for Tottenham. Cleared by Nicol. Houghton down the line. Beardsley chasing there. Butters to Waddle. Now Howells. Nicol making it very hard for him. And then Beardsley helping out. It's a Tottenham throw. Houghton's with him. Good ball. Waddle. Fenwick. Fine ball for Allen. And Walsh in the middle, but he couldn't quite pull it back, and they have a corner. So Spurs enjoying a good period again. This second half, which is not very old, was really seesawed between both teams. 1-1 the score. Both goals coming from the penalty spot. Fenwick for Spurs, Aldridge for Liverpool. Too close to Grobbelaar. Half an hour of this match remaining. Good throw by Grobbelaar. Sets Liverpool clear with Whelan. Houghton. Mann takes over. Barnes. Houghton again. In for Aldridge. Brilliant. Can he finish? Well, that was great goalkeeping by Torsvet. Superb build-up by Liverpool. And Aldridge will be disappointed he couldn't finish, but credit to the goalkeeper for staying his ground so well, Ray.
Yes, a great save. As the ball comes through here, he stands up and makes himself as big as possible, doesn't commit himself, and then throws himself down at the last minute. Great save, great goalkeeping.
Liverpool have a corner. And Torsvet again. Well, he had his critics, as I was saying earlier in the match, particularly when he made that mistake in his debut on television. But you can see now why Tottenham have stood by this Norwegian international. Howell's header for Spurs. This is Nicol. Nicol again. Whelan. Nicol. Good play. Houghton on the right. In towards McMahon, who drifted into space, but Fenwick read it well.
Tottenham are starting to get, Liverpool are starting to get Stevie Nicol forward now, which they didn't do at all in the first half, and that's always a problem for any side because he's got the ability not only to create goals from this right side, but also to score them.
Here he is defending and doing that exceptionally well. What a player he is. Stevie Nicol, the only player who started every game for Liverpool this season, and they're only ever present last season. Here's Abbott. Looking for a run from Beardsley, but Abbott has read it. Beardsley fouled him. Spurs free kick. Nice to see a handshake from Gary Mabbutt. No ill feeling, of course. A player, incidentally, Mabbutt, who could have joined Liverpool at one stage in his career, but chose to stay here at White Hart Lane. He's a man who's been a fixture at White Hart Lane for a long time. Chris Hughton. On to Howells. Walsh and Stewart, both offside. Liverpool moving forward again here. On a great run by Aldridge into the space, but Torsvet calm as you like. Naheem, McMahon, Whelan. Good play, Liverpool keeping possession under pressure. This is Ablett. Long ball for Aldridge, but straight at Mabbutt. Ablett fouling Walsh. Spurs free kick. Short to Waddle, good ball for Walsh. Oh, he's done well here, and again turned it back into the wrong space. Now Barnes, Liverpool counter-attack. Staunton's on his left. And he finds him. Back to Barnes. Beardsley and Aldridge forward. This is Beardsley. He thought Aldridge was still on the right. He wasn't. Howells for Spurs. It's 1-1. Barnes wins it back. Now Whelan. Houghton. Aldridge in space here, and he's found him. Brilliant finish. Peter Beardsley hammers it into the net, and this time there can be no question. Beardsley went one way, Aldridge went the other. Beardsley was picked out, and the finish was spot on. Lovely through ball, and Beardsley just picked his spot. 2-1 to Liverpool. It's his 6th goal in the last 6 games, after going 4 months without scoring at all. And Peter Beardsley has put Liverpool in front for the first time in this game.
I think Liverpool's dominance now has all stemmed from McMahon and Whelan. They've started to take over in the centre of midfield. They battled away with Waddle and Allen in the first half, and it was even Steven. In the second half, Whelan and McMahon have started to get stronger and starting to supply balls to the front people.
So Liverpool are in front, and now we really have got a test of Tottenham Hotspur's mettle. They played well in this game, they took the lead, only to see it immediately cancelled out. But now they're trailing Liverpool, who are playing exceptionally well. There's Beardsley again, lovely little ball for Houghton. McMahon. Barnes. Well, took him off that time. And Tottenham really have to try and get back into the picture as quickly as possible here. Walsh. Just overdid it. Now Barnes for Liverpool. Beardsley again. Back to Whelan. Again, Beardsley going into a good position and getting it. Nickel. Liverpool seem to have an extra man now every time they attack. Into Aldridge, chested down, but Allen was there for Spurs. Naheem on for Walsh. Ablett looking for row X of the stand. Oh, it didn't go out. Now Waddle. Gillespie. Barnes now for Liverpool. Houghton. And suddenly they're finding spaces. Beardsley has been particularly impressive in this second half. Waddle forward for Spurs. It's a good ball as well, and a fine run by Stewart to get away from his marker. Walsh is in the middle for him if he can pull it back. And they get a corner. Well, it really has been an outstanding second half. Can Spurs draw level? This is Waddle. Allen. And the space quickly closed down for him. Waddle. Looking ball towards Stewart. Grobbelaar came and dropped it. Who'd come forward for the original corner, reacting very quickly, and as Grobbelaar dropped the ball under pressure, Mavett scooped it goalwards.
Now Bruce has come a long way there. Maybe that Stewart might have caught him with his arm. It was a great effort there. What's been interesting there this last couple of minutes is Stewart is starting to get past Gillespie a little bit. Gillespie's had a long while out of the game and maybe hasn't quite got that sharpness back that he had last season, and Stewart has shown his strength and pace on a couple of occasions this second half and actually got a corner kick and a shot in out of it.
Houghton on the break here from Whelan's through ball. Great shot. And that was brilliant goalkeeping again. Liverpool producing something from nothing. The Whelan through ball. Houghton sharply into space. A good effort. And what fine handling that was. That's kept Tottenham in the picture. But they're still 2-1 down. 21 minutes to go. Liverpool leading by 2-1 here at White Hart Lane. Walsh for Spurs, and they have another throw. And then Miller, no, it's gone the other way. Raheem disgusted at the linesman's decision, but it is a Liverpool throw. Incidentally, Vinny Samways, the Spurs, one of the Spurs substitutes, warming up on the touchline. So perhaps Terry Venables thinking about making a change. We shall see. Barnes for Liverpool. Aldridge, lovely little chest control to Beardsley. Now Nicol out in the extra player. Aldridge has gone forward and Nicol is still in the box. There was a great shout for handball then as it was played in low. But Liverpool only have a throw. Steve Nicol having a word with the linesman. It's still a throw. Mackie gets it from Beardsley. Allen there for Spurs. Now Whelan for Liverpool. Out. Beardsley. Magnificent football by Liverpool. Houghton again. In for Beardsley. He did well, but so did Mabbutt. Liverpool so quick. The support for players on the ball, the pace, the control, everything's there. And a moment ago, Liverpool felt they should have had another penalty here, and Houghton cracked the ball in. Well, I must say, when you look at it there, it looked like a very deliberate movement towards the ball, Ray.
Well, you would, of course, yes. I mean, I thought the ball actually just struck his hand, yes, but I don't think he tried. It just struck so firmly he couldn't get his hand out of the way.
Anyway, we've had enough penalties. Thank you very much for one day. It's 2-1 to Liverpool. Here goes Waddle, though. Great run by Waddle. Now Walsh. Barnes' challenge. Good one. And it just crossed the line as Nicol tried to keep it in. Spurs throw. Long throw by Howell's a good one. Liverpool under pressure here. Barnes relieves it. Aldridge. Good header that was. Staunton. Well, it ran across Aldridge, but typical of Liverpool, Beardsley came from nowhere to win it back. Now Houghton. Whelan. Nicol. Houghton again. Wonderful football once more. Nicol. Well, the cross was a disappointing end to what had been another lovely build-up. For Liverpool, but straight to Fenwick. Raheem on the right. Staunton dispossesses him. Mabbutt. Fenwick under pressure from Barnes there. Mabbutt again. Peter Beardsley with that cracking goal has given Liverpool that vital bit of breathing space. They lead by 2-1 here. "17 minutes to go. Fenwick for Spurs. Stewart. Ablett is with him. He's done well. Oh, but Stewart wins it back. Very persistent, and very strong and aggressive player, Stewart. Ablett. Beardsley. Well done again, Gary Mabbott. Paul Walsh. On by Howells. Mabbott's continued his run here. Howells again. Dangerous cross. Stewart heads it back. And then cleared by Ablett. Beardsley takes it on the chest and was fouled by Howells.
Over the far side there, we've got John Polston and Vinnie Samways are stripping off, so obviously Terry's going to make a couple of changes here now.
Samways with his tracksuit top off, Polston the central defender behind him. But here's Barnes for Liverpool, and now Beardsley. A claim for offside not given. Staunton, Aldridge. Well, he was mighty close to just the touch that was needed. He applauds the cross from Steve Staunton on the left. Spurs lived dangerously then. But at 2-1, of course, they're still hanging on in there. Spurs are ready to make those substitutions now. Both players stripped and ready to come onto the field. Number 12 is John Polston, 14 Vinnie Samways. Quarter of an hour remaining. The ball's gone out of play, and Spurs will now make those substitutions. Naheem certainly is going off, and Paul Walsh, I think, yes, is the other player. So what technical differences do you think this will make, Ray?
Well, I would think that Chrissy Waddle will go and play just off Paul Stewart now. He's scored a lot of his goals from that position. Vinnie Samways will come across and play on the left-hand side. David Howells will go and play on the right-hand side of midfield. And looks as though Mabbott could well come and play in midfield alongside Paul Allen.
That seems a pretty fair summing up. Spurs 2-1 down, chasing the game now. Fennick, good-looking ball. Waddle is in the middle. Robillard gets it. Second attempt, and clashes with Stewart, who he felt went in a little bit, shall we say, enthusiastically. Roger Milford sorted it out very promptly. As I was saying earlier, Stewart likes to let people know he's there, as they say in football. And he did then, didn't he? Calm down, boys. All is well, and the game is underway again. Houghton for Spurs. Mabbott timing well. But McMahon for Liverpool. McMahon. Still McMahon. Beardsley now. Butters scrambles it away. Spurs under pressure. Nickel. That's Spurs throw. Houghton managed to cross the line, so Spurs have needlessly given away a throw here. Barnes got a kick in the face from Houghton as he went to head the ball back. So Liverpool have a free kick. Indirect. Gillespie has come forward. Makes a run to the near post, but it was met by Fennick. Here's Whelan. Houghton. Nickel forward. A rare bad ball from him. Samways gets his first taste of action. And finds Allen. Allen in trouble here. Nickel. The accuracy of Liverpool's passing, always one of the hallmarks of their game. Barnes. Whelan again. They just keep possession for so many long periods. It must be very demoralising for the opposition. Although that was a speculative ball, which Fennick read well. Today's attendance not far short of the capacity, 30,000, a reduced capacity at White Hart Lane these days because of ground improvements. And indeed, they announced this week £5 million redevelopment of the East Stand to include new executive boxes and still standing space for the spectators who want to on the famous Spurs shelf. Waddle helping it on. Stewart for Spurs. Good challenge. Now Barnes. Beardsley. Nichols steaming down the right here. He finds Whelan in the middle. Nichols still in space. And it comes back to Whelan. Can he finish it? Still Whelan. Perhaps he went the wrong way. Colston back to clean things up for Spurs. Ronnie Whelan, who got the ball back unexpectedly off a Tottenham deflection. And perhaps he really ought to have clinched the points then for Liverpool. But here's Allen, and that keeps the game still boiling. Spurs 1, Liverpool 2. Waddle for Spurs. Great run. McMahon across, and he wasn't going to let him beat him. To the huge delight of the travelling Liverpool contingent. Aldridge making a run down the middle here, but Colston cuts it out. And then needlessly gives the ball away. Barnes for Liverpool. 10 minutes to go. Nicholl. Beardsley. Nicholl again. Whelan takes over. And now McMahon. Ablett. And it'll go back possibly. Incidentally, Ray Clements, we have to push you for your nomination of man of the match in a few minutes' time. There's the scoreline. 10 minutes to go. Tottenham 1, Liverpool 2. And who are the leading candidates at the moment, Ray?
Well, as I said before, I think Whelan and McMahon have been outstanding for Liverpool. I think Ablett's had a solid game. We've seen a bits of magic from Beardsley as well. And on the Tottenham side, I think Butters and Mabbott in particular have had outstanding games as well. So there's 4 or 5 there that to make a choice from.
They don't have to choose yet. Incidentally, if Liverpool hang on for this win here, they'll move up to 3rd place in the league. 8 points they'd be then behind Arsenal, and with a couple of matches in hand. Really opening things up as far as the Championship is concerned. I'm sure everyone would agree with that. Under 10 minutes, Bobby Robson, the England manager, amongst the big crowd, enjoying this feast of football, particularly in the second half, from both teams, but from Liverpool in particular. Fenwick, Samways. Good little turn, but Staunton was there to deny Allen. And Liverpool win it back. Liverpool now indulging in this little bit of time wasting. Roger Milford keeps looking at his watch every time they do it. So they're probably not wasting any time at all. Here's Nicholl. Aldridge. Lovely little turn for Barnes. Ooh, cut out well as Beardsley threatened. Now he's got it again. Was he fouled? No, play off. Samways. Allen did well. Stewart one side of him, Waddle the other. He hit Waddle on the heel. It was most unfortunate for him, but not for Liverpool. Spurs 1, Liverpool 2. Just a few minutes remaining. Kenny Dalglish looking anxious because he knows that those few minutes are going to be very important for Liverpool's season as Waddle curls it in. Ablett gets it away. Colston. McMahon wins the loose ball. Well, Tottenham can ill afford to indulge in the same tactics as Liverpool, as Terry Venables knows only too well. The ball going back to the goalkeeper, but time isn't on their side. Ablett scrapping for possession here with Stewart. Now it comes for Allen. He's done well. Staunton intercepts and is grateful for the ball looped to Grobbelaar. On goal, something he didn't want at that stage. Aldridge, the header straight to Fenwick. Good ball, Waddle. What a good tackle by Staunton. On Howells. Butters. Fenwick. Mabbutt dispossessed by Whelan. Beardsley for Liverpool. On it goes from Staunton. Houghton's in space here. Butters did well. Fenwick forward. It's a long ball aimed at Stewart, who tries to get in behind Ablett. And perhaps he's done so, but Ablett stood his ground well. That was real danger for Liverpool. So Liverpool survive that little scare and still lead by 2-1. Mabbutt's header. Waddle. Spurs really going for the equaliser here. Ablett under pressure again from Stewart, and he gets a free kick this time. Well, Ray Clements, I think you've made your choice of man of the match. Who is it?
Yeah, it's very difficult, but at the end I've come down for Tottenham's captain, Gary Mabbutt. I think he's been magnificent at the back, under severe pressure at times. He's got some telling tackles and clean tackles. He was unlucky when he made that marvellous goal line clearance in the second half. And now he's gone in midfield and he's still trying to lead and showing enthusiasm. I think he's had a great game today.
And for one of the few times in my life, I would totally agree with Ray Clements on that. Barnes for Liverpool, though. They lead 2-1. Spurs may have the man of the match, but Liverpool threatening to have the 3 points. It's not over yet, though. McMahon. Good ball for Beardsley. Liverpool slowing it down. And that's a great little back heel, but Houghton was offside. The clock ticks on. 4 minutes remaining. Gillespie climbing well. Allen looked for Samways. Nicol dispossessed. Liverpool take maximum points here. It'll be their 7th away win this season. A long kick aimed at Aldridge. Mabbutt up there again, but this time beaten by Ablett. Now Barnes, Whelan for Liverpool, and Staunton. Liverpool with a great ball from Staunton to McMahon. And well read by Polston. And John Polston's done well with his few touches since he came on. McMahon. Whelan has made a run through the centre. He looked for Beardsley instead. Polston was there. Whelan, Barnes. Here's McMahon. Offside against Peter Beardsley. John Aldridge in the middle could also have been offside. Liverpool now just playing out these final few minutes. It's a situation you must have seen many times, Ray Clements, both for and against them.
Yes, they've done the job. They've got themselves in front, and now they'll just, as you say, play out time. Try and keep possession of the ball. If they have to go backwards to do it, they'll do it. But they'll play out this last couple of minutes and try and keep possession of the ball as much as they possibly can. Because they're obviously doing that, and there's no chance for Tottenham to sneak that equalising goal. So we can expect to see 1 or 2 back passes in this last few minutes, I think.
Liverpool within 2 minutes of their 13th unbeaten game. I wonder if that will prove to be an unlucky figure for Arsenal and Norwich and Millwall and anyone else with title aspirations. No question now that Liverpool are on the march again. Still a big gap, we have to repeat, between Liverpool and the leaders Arsenal. But as Kenny Dalglish knows, Liverpool have matches in hand, home games as well, and they hit their best form at just the right time. The clock shows a minute to go. Spurs 1, Liverpool 2 is the score. Fenwick for Spurs, loses out. Beardsley, good challenge again by Polston. He can be well satisfied with his brief contribution. Here's Fenwick. Long and hopeful, and not really of much use to Spurs at that stage. Beardsley and Aldridge, the two players forward. He's picked out Aldridge. Staunton in support. And now Barnes. McMahon. It's just a catalogue of Liverpool names at the moment, isn't it? Staunton this time. Holston denies him. And Liverpool know as long as the ball is in the Tottenham half, their own goal is safe. The referee has looked at his watch. We're into time being added as it's hooked in towards Aldridge. Houghton's shot, and despite the little deflection, Torsved dealt with it well. He too is a man who can be pleased with his contribution for Spurs. Whelan for Liverpool. They're seconds away from the final whistle now. Deep kick. Beardsley's little header. Holston gets it away. Stewart for Spurs. And there's the final whistle. And it ends Tottenham Hotspur 1, Liverpool 2. A very entertaining game, especially the second half. Handshakes on the bench. Those two early penalties in the second half really setting up an exciting 45 minutes. But Beardsley's brilliant winner, giving Liverpool 3 points and now a 13-match unbeaten run. All the talking points will be discussed when you rejoin us after the break.